everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to do a video on my Yamaha blaster. This is going to be an update. If you're not familiar with my channel, I just picked up a Yamaha blaster for 500 bucks the other day, and this is kind of like my part 2 on the update for it. So yeah, so what I got done so far is I got the whole frame stripped down. It's literally like the bare frame now. There's nothing left on it, because I am planning on painting it a different color. The factory color of this is silver. That's the way it comes from the dealer, but somebody painted it black before I had it, and it looks like a rattle can paint job. So I'm going to try and use this pressure washer that I borrowed from my brother-in-law, and I'm going to try to see if it can chip off this rattle can paint job, because there's a lot of areas that are chipped, and I'm hoping the water can get under it and get it all off, hopefully. I mean, because I could use this stuff here. This is a paint stripper, but there's some bad chemicals in there that you don't want to really be breathing in, so if I can do it with water, that'll be a lot better. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do today is hook up that pressure washer and see if we can get this black paint off of this frame. I still have to strip down the rear swing arm. I got to take off the axle and the brakes and all that, and then I can try to spray this too and get the paint off of that. I think I'm going to go with white. I think I want a white frame, along with the control arms are also going to be white, and then swing arm I'm thinking I'm also going to do white, so just be an all white frame. And then the plastics, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with those yet. I'm definitely not going to keep them like that. I'm probably going to either paint them and then put a graphic kit over that. I'm not really sure yet, or I can leave them like that and then put a black graphic kit over that and see if that looks good. And I kind of want to get new rear tires. I don't really like those. They look like freaking donuts. Like those chocolate donuts that you get from the gas station. I'm not really feeling those tires. I like the front tires. They're not bad at all. I like the fronts. Here's the front over here. Yeah, those are pretty cool. But I think I'm going to replace the rears. And then the way I got the bike, the engine was just sitting in it, not even bolted in. And I put the engine here. I haven't done anything to it so far. I basically just kind of been looking at it, but I haven't took anything apart yet. This was already taken apart when I got it. So I think I know what's wrong with it now though. It's definitely the bottom end. It wasn't the top end. This is literally frozen. It can't move. Now if you look closely, look at this bearing. Look how freaking worn it is. It can't move. And the rod is actually bent too. You can see how it's super bent. Hopefully you can see that. And this engine's been worked on before. This is if you look closely, you can see that the rod says Wiseco on it, which is an aftermarket rod. The people that own this quad said they had the engine rebuilt once, so I'm guessing that's what they put in there, whoever they had build it. But this is the problem right in here. This whole something's going on in there. Actually, if I zoom down in there, you can actually see the rod. Let me blow on it. The rod is actually broken. You probably won't be able to see it. Right down in there, you can see the rod is actually kind of broke and bent forward this way or that way. But yeah, this is all locked up. I mean, this spins, but the actual whatever bearing this rod is attached to, it doesn't move. It's totally locked up. So I need to crack the case open. I'm thinking about buying a Tusk case opener. I'm not sure. What do you guys think? Do you think I need a case opener to get this thing apart? I think I'm definitely going to buy the thing for the rod, to push the rod in, the little tool. I want to get that, but I'm not sure if I want to. I might just try to open the case just with what I have, maybe some flatheads or something. Someone's already opened it before, well obviously because they put that in there, and they replaced some of the bolts with Allen head bolts already. That might be a missing bolt. This one is going to give me a problem. It's totally stripped out. This is one of the factory Phillips head screws. I'm probably just going to shave one side and the other side and see if I can stick a wrench on there and get it off. But most of the other bolts are already Allen head, which is good. Oh, that's what I want. So that'll be the next project within probably tomorrow or the next day or something. But today I just want to get the paint off of the frame because I haven't even bought the parts for this yet. I want to crack it open so I can see exactly what I need first. I think I'm going to be able to reuse this head unless I go with the bigger piston. I'm not sure yet. But the head looks fine. The piston was broken. I don't know where that's at. There it is. That thing's broken. So definitely going to get a new rod, new piston. Not sure about the head yet. If I get the stock, I haven't even measured this piston yet. I don't even know if it's a stock size or not. I got my little measure tool right there. Maybe I'll measure it later. Should be the stock size, I'm pretty sure. I don't know though. Who knows? But let's try to get this paint off of this frame for now. So I just took the frame out to the backyard and tried to use the pressure washer to get the paint off, and it didn't work. It got a little bit of paint off like in this area, but I guess that's probably because the paint just didn't adhere very well to that area. But everywhere else, yeah, it just didn't want to come off. I mean, there's chips here and there, but it just, I don't know, I guess the paint stuck really good to this frame. So, and it didn't work on the control arms either. It did kind of, this is where it worked the best, was on these little knuckles. It got it down to the OEM finish. But as you can see, there's even still black paint on these. But I'm probably going to repaint all this stuff anyways. And then, so what I'll do with this frame is probably just, instead of using this to get off the paint, I think I'm just going to get some sandpaper, scuff this up, and then just paint over this color. I think that'll be the fastest thing. So like I said, the water trick didn't really work on taking the paint off. I even started to use paint stripper on this rear swing arm, but even that was kind of annoying because it was like slowly taking off the paint. So I think what I did to the frame and what I'm going to do to this, I took a sanding sponge and I'm just going to rough up the paint, get it all nice and smooth and stuff, and then just paint over the black. You know, it'll be fine as long as I rough it up and make sure it's nice and smooth and clean and no oils or anything. The paint should stick just fine, and that's exactly what happened with the frame. So I did the same thing. I took the sanding sponge, roughed it all up, and got it nice and smooth. And then I took some of this stuff. Where's it at? I don't know where it's at. Here it is. This grease and wax remover. Just to put that on some towels, and then before you paint it, and rub it all down, make sure there's no oil or anything on it, and the paint should stick just fine. So that's what I did, and the color I chose was white for the frame. This is how it came out. I really like it. I still got to paint obviously the rear swing arm right here. I'm also going to paint this white, and then also I have to do the control arms, and I'm also going to do those white. So that's the project for right now. Right now I'm working on taking this rear axle apart. I'm trying to get the sprocket spline thing off. It's slowly coming off. I'm just beating at it with the hammer on this side and pulling it off. It'll slide off this way. And then I'm going to paint this, I think silver maybe? I think I'm going to do the whole rear axle silver. Thinking about getting a new disc brake. I'm not sure. This thing looks like it's bent or something. Looks like it's bent that way, but I'm not sure if that's how it's supposed to be. And then the sprocket was missing all the bolts except for two. There was like literally 2 bolts holding the sprocket on. I was really surprised. See, they're right here, these 2, and then the rest are missing. So I'm probably going to either get a whole new one of these, a new sprocket assembly, or just the sprocket and the bolts, or just the bolts alone. I'm not really sure yet, but I'm almost thinking about trying to find a Banshee rear axle, because they're a little bit longer than these ones. They're like, I think 2 or 3 inches longer. Or I can just get some wheel spacers for these to bring the wheels out. But yeah, that's the progress as of now. I kind of just want to get all this painting done that I want to do, and then put it all back together for the most part. Maybe just the front wheels and the back wheels on. That way I can roll it around, and then I'll start on the engine. Still got to get the parts for it. I haven't ordered the parts because I want to crack it open first so I can see exactly what I need. But that's the progress. The frame's white, and we're gonna continue painting today, and I'll get back with you guys. What up, guys? I'm back. It's been about a week, and I have another update on the blaster. So this is what I've done so far. The frame is painted white now. I got the control arms painted white also. Rear swing arm also painted white. Still in the process of painting the rear end, or the rear axle. I got the middle part painted white, and then I'm still gonna paint the actual bar a different color. You'll see that when I'm done with that. Not sure if I'm going to use these handlebars or not because they're bent. If you look closely at them, you can see the left side is hanging down a little. I might just get new bars, I'm not sure, unless I can figure out how to bend those back. It's just only bent slightly. And these rims are almost ready for paint. I'm still sanding them. Probably paint them tomorrow. I'm just going to go black on the rims. I think a flat black. And then these right here, the steering rods, I'm gonna clean that black paint off of it, and then they'll just be the regular color of the metal underneath it. Just gonna leave them like that. So we're getting there, we're making some progress. Decided I'm not gonna use this front bumper because, for one, it's got a big ass dent in it and it's bent. If you look from the top, the whole thing kind of goes to the side, just like the handlebars. So I'm not going to use this. I wanted to use it. I was going to paint it white, but I changed my mind. I ended up picking up this instead. So this is going to go on the front. This is a Tusk aluminum bumper. It's chromed out. Well, it's more like a polished looking color. I'm thinking about painting the inner portion of it white, just to kind of match the frame. Thinking about doing that. I just might do it. And then, let's see. So we're getting some progress done on the blaster. We're almost there, almost ready to assemble it back together. I even went down and got it registered into my name, so everything's legit. Good to go. I haven't done anything with the engine yet, but the reason is because I just want to get the frame, the wheels, everything the way I want it, and I'm going to put it all together, and that way once it's all together, it'll be sitting here, you know, plastics on and all that stuff, and then I can just focus on just the engine, you know, just getting the engine running. But I don't want to do 2 things at once. I don't want to be messing with the frame and the plastics and all that at the same time as trying to build an engine. I'm just going to leave the engine alone, worry about that later. Just worry about the bike, put it all together, and then so it'll be basically all together just without an engine. I got a new, well, it's not new, it's off of a 94 blaster, I believe. Got this off of eBay. It's in really good condition. 40 tooth. The one I had, I just didn't really feel comfortable using it again. It's this one here. As you can see, it's kind of broken in some spots. And I think this is actually a 41 tooth, so I'm not sure what's supposed to be on. This is a 2004 blaster, I'm not sure if it's supposed to have this 41 tooth or if someone just put this on there. But this one was a 40, which is fine for me, so it'll have a little more top speed with that. I'm trying to figure out where the inner part of this is. Oh, here it is. Yeah, another reason why I got the new one is because it was missing, there's only 2 of the bolts, it was missing all the other ones. So somebody was literally riding it with 2 bolts in the sprocket, which is crazy. And they're damn near stripped and bent. I'm like, hell no, I'm not going to use this thing. For the price of the bolts was the same price that I paid for this whole thing right here. So I was like, why would I get the bolts when I could just get this whole new assembly, new sprocket and all that. It's in really good condition. So that's going to go on to the axle as soon as I get done painting it. And then I'll get the axle back on the rear end back on the frame, blah, blah, blah. So almost there. Oh, I also painted that rear piece white too. I don't like when the frame is a different color from the swing arm and the swing arm's a different color from the control arms and all that. I like it to just be all one color as far as like on a four-wheeler. On a dirt bike, I don't mind if the swing arm's a different color because, you know, they're usually aluminum anyways. Okay, so, oh, the front wheels, where are those at? Here they are. Still have to paint the front wheels. They're purple. They need to be sanded and painted flat or matte black, just like I'm doing with the rears. Oh, also, after I paint the rears, I'm also going to get new rear tires. I don't like these ugly donut looking tires. New tires going on the back. I'm going to continue to use the front tires. Alright, so that's an update for right now. In a couple days, I'll add another clip to this video, and we will continue recording. So it's been about 2 weeks since my last update. I did a few things to the blaster, got some parts painted and stuff, and even ordered some parts too from eBay. So I'm going to turn the camera around and yeah, you can check out what I've been doing. So I've got it almost back together as far as like the frame and body and all that, minus the engine. I got the rear swing arm put back on. I ended up putting on all this crap and the shocks, and I bolted on my new bumper. Got this handlebars back on. Put the rear axle on last night. Put on my new sprocket that I ordered from eBay. I ended up using some chrome-ish silver paint for this, the axle. Put these on last night. And then also bolted this thing back on. The shock on. So it's getting there. It's almost there. What I'm going to do now... Oh, I also painted my rims. It's like a flat black. These are the rears. But I actually still have to paint the front rims. These ones here. Because they look like that. And then as soon as I paint these black, all 4 rims are going to go back on the blaster. They're ready to be put on already. I also ordered these parts here. These are spacers. These ones go to the front. I think that's about 2 inches or so. So I got the fronts and then I got the rears in this box here. And those are going to widen out the wheels, make it look nicer. Make it look almost like a Banshee or something. But yeah, so I got the wheel spacers. So as soon as I paint those 2 front tires, I'll throw the wheel spacers on, and then we'll bolt up all 4 tires, and then it'll just be sitting here like a skeleton on its wheels. So that's the update for now. Haven't done anything with the engine yet, just because I've been focusing on the frame and everything else. I'm also going to paint the handlebars, probably the same paint that I use on the rims. And yeah, also I have another big giant update. This might be the last time you'll see my blaster, my bikes, my cars, any of this stuff in this garage, because we're selling our house, and sadly I have to rip all my stuff down. Well, I'm probably leaving the cabinets, but I gotta take all the stuff down, and it's gonna be going into a new garage. So, kind of bummed about it, but also happy at the same time. So the new garage is probably gonna be an upgrade from this garage. This is just a 2-car garage. I'm hoping to get a 3-car. So, but we haven't found a place yet. But I am gonna miss this garage a lot. You know, I already put all this work into it, and yeah, so. But just wanted to throw that out there. Next time you see the blaster, it'll probably be in a different garage. Alright, let's get these heavy ass spacers on. I got these on eBay, by the way, and they're hella heavy. I don't know why, but hella fucking heavy. These are the rears, these are the fronts. Now that I got all 4 wheel spacers on, we can go ahead and mount up the tires, and she'll be on all 4 feet again. Alright, so if you made it this far in the video, thank you and congratulations, because you get to see my new garage. Yeah, so I took off 2 months from working on the blaster. That way I could move into this new house. Yeah, I couldn't work on the blaster, you know, I was too busy moving all my shit in this house. I finally kind of got everything put away. So yeah, check out the new garage. So this is the new garage for now. It's got plenty enough room to work on the blaster, that's for sure. Well, it's a 2-car garage, but it's got a built-in little office, so that's why it looks like this. It's kind of like an L shape. Yeah, I got the little office over here also. But yeah, the main garage, you know, is this area here. It actually came with 1 workbench. That one I already had, that toolbox I already had, but yeah, it came with that bench, so that's pretty cool. It came with the cabinet, came with those shelves already there. Let's see, I don't know if we could fit a car in here or not, because I do work on cars a lot, so hopefully we could fit one in. But what's nice is my driveway is nice and flat, so I can work on cars outside, which is all good. But this is perfect for working on the blaster and any future dirt bikes or anything I get. I mean, we could tear this office down and then put a 2-car garage and then have a big open garage again, which I might do, because the office, I mean, we really don't need it as of right now. It's just room for the cats. Yeah, they like it. Huh, Ralph, you like this office? Actually, it's a cat room now is what it is. Ain't no office no more, huh? Yeah, she likes it too. Anyways, back to the video. So here's the blaster after 2 months of kind of not really doing much. I mean, I've been doing stuff, you know, lately. This past week I've done some stuff to it more than I mean, I'm sure it looks a lot different than when you've seen it last. I added a brake, what is this thing called again? It's an emergency brake delete, because I'm not going to be running the emergency brake on this thing. Let's see, what else did I do? Oh, got a new gas cap. Let's see, put the grips on, put all the controls back on, throttle, brake. I got the brakes working again. I had to bleed the front and back brakes because when I took them apart, fluid came out, and you know, every time you disconnect the brake and put it back on, you're gonna have to bleed it. So I bled the front brakes. Front brakes are working great. Back brakes work. Let's see. Yeah, so pretty much now all I gotta do, I still need to get a rear grab bar. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get the little one that goes like that or the wider ones. I might get the wide ones. But here's the engine. I still haven't done nothing with that. But I'm pretty much ready to start working on the engine. It's basically, it looks the way I want it to look. Oh, I've only painted this and this so far. I used this stuff here. Where's it at? Let's see. This right here. Now this stuff's pretty cool. It's kind of like this color changing look to it. I thought it was gonna be nice, but I sprayed it on this thing. I swear I put like 3 or 4 coats and it does not cover the Yamaha sticker. I don't know why, but it did add a lot of sparkle to it. So I'm gonna end up putting this on this right here. I haven't painted it yet. As you can tell, it looks kind of different than that. So that will look like that once I spray this on there. So I still gotta spray that. I gotta spray the front plastic. I gotta spray the fenders. They're right here, fender plastics. So I still gotta spray those. Let's see. Yeah, so it's almost there. It's almost ready. So that's pretty much the end of this video. This is part 1 of the Yamaha Blaster rebuild. As you see, it's almost there. I've already ordered the case splitter for this and the flywheel puller. So as soon as I get those in, we're going to crack this case open. We're going to start taking it apart. And I'll go into more detail on that. You know, compared to this, I didn't really go into detail too much on how I did everything, which I should have. I was just being really lazy. But on this, I'll make sure I record everything I do to the engine, so that way it'll help out anybody else that might be trying to rebuild their blaster engine. But yeah, everything's already set up on this thing. It's ready to go. Can't wait to ride it. It's going to be freaking fun. And yeah, I can't wait to add more stuff to the garage too. I want to get a dirt bike soon. I would love to have a dual sport for city riding and then a 2-stroke motocross bike just for, you know, trails and shit. But yeah, here's the garage. I got a lot of work to do. I still want to paint the walls, epoxy the floors, all kinds of stuff I want to do to this garage. I don't even know if I'm going to keep it like this. Just so far, this is just how I had it set up. But yeah, got all my stuff in here, and it was a pain moving from the old house to this house. Man, there was so much stuff in here, boxes and boxes. Finally, I got all the boxes inside. Most of this is just my garage stuff. Another box there, but definitely a lot of cleaning and painting to do. I mean, look at this freaking wall. You got bare tape around this crap. You got all kinds of nicks and dings. Luckily, this is kind of the stuff I do at work, so I'm going to be touching up all the walls, you know, getting it ready for paint eventually. And then yeah, this looks really ugly. I don't know why they didn't sheetrock this side of the office, but I don't think I'm going to sheetrock it because I might tear it down. I mean, the inside's fully finished. They sheetrocked it, they put a texture on it. It's even got a little window, you know, proper door frame. This is pretty much where we put all our movies. We got a bunch of VHS movies because we have a 1-year-old son and we want to show him all the old movies. So my wife somehow acquired all these VHS movies. Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to be doing some updates pretty soon on the blaster. As soon as I receive those parts for the engine. We were going to start tearing that shit down, get it built up right. I just put the seat on just for the hell of it. It doesn't need to be on right now because I'm still working on it. I think I'm going to try to find a battery. If anyone knows, did blasters come with batteries? Because if it did, I want to get a battery. Because I'm also missing the tail light. I'm pretty sure it came with the tail light factory. I have the headlight. I have all the other headlight shit in the box. But I need to get a tail light, a battery, I think, and then, oh, I need to get a new oil reservoir thing for the two-stroke oil, because the one that came with it has a big old crack in it. I dropped it and it cracked. So either I can fix the crack on the one I have, or I can just buy a new oil tank for the two-stroke oil. It goes right here, I believe. Yeah, so we're almost there. Stay tuned for part 2. Peace out.